Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. It is Monday, August 7th, 2023. Last Monday, we were celebrating the start of August, and we're already a weekend. So, in case you needed help keeping track of how fast the year is going, I'm going to help you with that today. It's going very fast. I'm very excited about the fact that we are hosting our dear friend, William Plange from Ghana, Africa, on the show this morning, who's celebrating the launch of his book, No Human Is Useless. So we are part of his official launch team here online, and we are super excited to have him back today. I would love to hear what's bringing you joy today. So let us know in the comments what's bringing you joy, or maybe anything that kept you awake this past weekend, this past week, anything you struggled with, places where you struggled to find your joy. I will begin by sharing that one of those places for me was the fact that I woke up at 3 in the morning on Saturday. What was it? Saturday night? Yeah. Um, and I opened the door to my bedroom, and I could have sworn I saw something fly by my head. So I shut the door. This is what you do at 3 in the morning, by the way. I shut the door. I blinked my eyes really hard, and I took some deep breaths, and I said, Jessica, are you okay? Are you all right? You good? Okay. Fabulous. So I open the door again, and I see not one thing, but two things fly by my head, and I shut the door again because this is what you do. And I said, now you've really lost it. You really are. You will be in a mental institution tomorrow. This is not good. This is a bad. So I'm like, okay, you just gotta make it to the bathroom. That's all you gotta. You're okay. You're fine. So I open the door again and realize that I'm not crazy. In fact, that there were two bats flying around my living room. I have no idea how they got in because we didn't have any windows open. Possibly there might be like a gap under a door or something. I have no idea. But this proceeded to be like a 2 hour ordeal in the middle of the night for me on Saturday night. And there was no joy in that, other than the humor it has created around this entire experience. And it actually is beautiful timing, because I we are talking tomorrow night on Beyond 2D. We're continuing our series on trust, and our topic tomorrow is trusting again. And like, when things don't go right, are you able to trust again? Are you able to put yourself out there again? And I was not last night. I woke up in the middle of the night last night, needed to get up, and I couldn't even leave my door. I'm literally waking my husband up going, I just need you to check and make sure there are no bats out there. Okay. So it can be really hard to trust again. So really excited tomorrow night to be going down that rabbit hole with my good friend Ferran Dozier on Beyond 2D. That's at 6 p.m. Eastern time on the Breakthrough Show Network tomorrow night. So be sure to check that out. One of those things, though, that did bring me joy this weekend is had the opportunity to go down to the waterfront yesterday and see one of the bands I really enjoy locally, called Fusion. They do a lot of like older songs, but also newer songs, and a fusion, there you go, of music together, and they're amazing. And standing there listening to the music was the lead singer of Don't Tell Lisa, which is another band that we love. Kathy was there, and so I went up to her and said, hey, and we were talking for a few minutes. And I said, it's really amazing to see you local bands supporting each other, because it could be really easy for bands to say, hey, come see us, right? But to see her in the audience supporting another band, I thought that was really amazing. And she's like, oh, of course, we all do it. And so I just love that atmosphere of local music here in New London, Connecticut, where we just see everybody supporting each other, and it's a really cool thing to see. So if you get a chance to see Fusion or Don't Tell Lisa, or Kathy also has a Led Zeppelin tribute band in this area as well, so definitely check that out too. If you get a chance to see any of them, don't walk, run, and go check them out. Okay, for sure. Um, I have to talk really quickly about how excited I am about our guest today. He's been on the show several. He's been on uh, the Breakthroughs Around the World series representing Ghana, Africa. He's been on Project Joy Live several times and always brings me so much joy to support him. I have my sweatshirt on. I'm probably sweating to death right now, but it's okay. It's temporary. My No Human Is Useless sweatshirt, so you guys can check that out. I'll be putting all the links down in the comments for you guys here shortly. But he is celebrating the book that goes with this shirt here, No Human Is Useless. And one of the reasons I'm so passionate about supporting William in this effort is because the topic of purpose and usefulness, where humans are concerned, is something that really inspires me to speak out, because it's so often that we say this person has no purpose, this person has no meaning, or they contribute chaos to the world, so there's no purpose to them. And I have to disagree. I have to disagree because every single person that's put on this planet is put here for a reason, whether it's to change the world and do something amazing, to teach us a lesson, to help us in our growth in who we are as individuals. And I think when we sit there and say that there is absolutely no reason for a person, it doesn't give a pass for bad behavior. It doesn't give a pass for certain things, but what it does is it creates a space for compassion. It creates a space for motivation and inspiration in our own lives and empowerment to not just survive, but to thrive. And so I'm really excited to have William here today. We're going to take a really quick break. And when we come back from this super fast break, William is going to be here to celebrate the launch of his book, No Human Is Useless. So stay tuned, everybody. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. My good friend is here this morning, William Plange.
Hey, thank you for having me once again.
Absolutely. Anytime. You're a regular. People know who you are here.
Yes, yes, yes.
Congratulations on
Thank you
your
so
book.
much. Thank you
I'm
so much.
so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. And I shared a little bit before the break why I'm passionate about the message that you're sharing. But I'm also excited because there are people who have not seen the show. You know who you are. And when you shared your story of the challenges that you faced in your life and how you rose above those challenges, I'm so excited for people to hear that and be inspired and empowered in their own lives to do something amazing. So thank
Sure,
you.
sure, sure. You're welcome. You're welcome. And so it's all about No Human is Useless, the book launch. But before then, I would want to tell everybody why this whole thing came about.
Mm,
What triggered it. I met a friend in 2017, and then he's the one who told me that there's something deep inside of me that needs to come out, and not just me, but every human being in this world. So I want to introduce him to your viewers, and his name is the Invisible Mag.
mm,
This is my friend. Now this mag looks black. You don't see anything. Sometimes this is who we are. We are unaware of our potentials that we have inside of us. But this mag, you know, let me know that every human being has something special inside of them. And so when you pour hot water in this mug, this hot water stands for hardship, uncomfortable situations. It's very hot. But when you're able to stand it and then go through all these things, it reveals a beautiful hidden image inside of you, a beautiful talent inside of you given to you by God. And every human being has this. That is why no human being is useless. So
mm.
this is the reason why this whole book came about. I just fused my life story, my situations, into these marks to let the world know that everybody is special. Now we go into the book now, and
Love it.
I share a bit of my journey with you. Now, so this is the book, No Human is Useless. Um, can we go to the next one, or I can do it from here?
Yeah.
Okay. So hold a second. Can you see it? Hello?
Yes, that's good.
You can, okay, so from toddler to teen, that's my childhood in phases. This is where I was born. That is my grandmom, my little sister, and myself. Now I lived here with my mom and my sister. We were selling alcoholic beverages. It was like a bar. And there was this small room in there that accommodated me, my sister, and then my mom. So it was all about going to school, coming back and sell, do my homework, sleep, wake up, go to school, come back and sell. That is what I was practically doing all these times in my life. This is where I was born. Then this is my school, Good Shepherd Preparatory School. It was near the bar, so I go to school, I come back, sell, do my homework, sleep, go back to school, and that's my childhood days.
Mm.
And I continued to the schools like Prince of Peace, Shemu Secondary School, and then these are the schools I attended. Now in school, I had a wonderful roommate. Um, may his soul rest in peace. He showed me genuine love because in school, Cape Coast Polytechnic, things were hard for us. Sometimes we don't even have what to eat, but he's always there for me. But in 2020, I lost him, and I just want to appreciate him for the love he's shown to me. May his soul
Mm.
rest in peace. Now, I was a musician at some point in life. You know, in life, when you're trying to find our purpose, sometimes we go through a whole lot of, circles before
Right.
we get to what we actually want to do. So I was a musician, I was a footballer, I was very good at it. Then that's what I was doing. So in course of the time, I met a man. So in this title, I said, my purpose on earth was revealed to me. Now, I wanted to be sure if the music was going to take me far. So a friend of mine his dad could read astrology. He's an astrologist. So I went to him to find out if music was going to work for me.
Mm.
So when I went to the man saw me and he was like, "Wow, I am striving to be like you spiritually, but I'm not able to get there. Physically, you are younger than me, but spiritually, I need to bow down to you." That's what he said. I didn't understand this. The man was like over 80 years old and he's still alive. Now, I didn't understand what he said. So he asked me to leave my date of birth and then my place of birth and come back the next day. I came back and I was shocked. He told me that I should leave the music out because I am definitely going to do the work of God where I was going to inspire people in the world to make
Mm.
people feel good about themselves. I was all about music, so whatever he was saying, I was listening to him, but I didn't take it serious because I wanted to do music. Because when I go on stage and I was rapping, everybody was just hailing at me. So he told me a lot of me that I could even fly out of my body, go look for antidotes to people who are sick and then heal them.
Mm.
I was spiritually strong, so I should focus on it, and one day is all going to come to life. I didn't believe this man. So I just, even though he made revelations of things that I used to see when I was a kid, like seeing angels. Like when I go and call my grandmother, they are not able to see. I'm the only person who sees the angels. So he reminded me of those stuff, and then I took some belief in what he was saying. But yes, still I still wanted to be a musician. So I didn't listen to him well, and then I still pursued music. But along I didn't go well. Now, in chapter 3 of my book is religion enslaved me and almost changed my dreams. I found myself in a church. And in this church, the preacher man was saying, we came to this world with nothing, and then we are going to live with nothing. So no
Mm.
need, school is not important, going to work is not really important. You have to serve God. So be in the church and always pray for people. And then this is going to God is going to bless you. Meanwhile, his son, his son was busily studying in school to be a seafarer. And then he was telling the masses, we the young ones who were vibrant and could work, that there's no need to go to school. School is not important and all of that. And this thing mentally enslaved me and my friends. So his son was able to go to like will travel like 2 years, come back with lots of monies, and then building. Whilst me and my friends were still stuck in the church, hoping and praying that we want to please our Maker. So this mentally enslaved us, and I left everything that will make me break through in life. Like when I get to work, I don't want to do it. I was just stuck in the church with my friends, and then like for eight, this happened for 8 years. And I was wondering, like, if 8 years I was at least I tried to do something, I could be a better person. But this was mental enslavement that really caused me my downfall with my friends. And
Mm.
one thing the pastor used to say is, when you come to God, he takes your blessings and then make you write an exams. So when you're able to pass the exams, he will release your blessings to you. And we're living with this mindset in the church, and we're not doing anything for ourselves to progress in life. So as time went on, I called my friends, and then I told them that we need to pray aside and then find out what is going on. So we prayed, and to our surprise, some of my friends had revelations that the preacher man had put us in chains. Okay, and we have towing cars, that when a vehicle is spot on the road, we need to use a towing car to lift the car and then take it somewhere. But then there were towing cars there, and we were in chains, and the man was ordering us to use our strength to pull the sports cars while there was a towing car there. So we broke off the chain, and then in few weeks later, some of the boys had good jobs to do, including myself. We had good jobs to do, and then we flee from this mental enslavement. This chapter, what I want to tell people is that God lives in us. Christ lives in us. We don't need any human being to introduce you to God.
Mm.
Otherwise, people, most preachers are making people lose their dreams and their focus on what God really wants them to do in life. So this is about it, chapter 3. And then this is fake breakthrough. This is my friend, my brother, my cousin. He came to Ghana from Germany. He saw me, he loved me, and then I thought my breakthrough was through him. He loved me. All of a sudden, one of our family members, told him that I am I am a long distance cousin, so he should focus on those who are closer to him. So my brother left me, and then it just life went on like that. I didn't hear from him again. He didn't help me anymore, and I had to move on. Then the
Mm.
forest. I lived in the forest for some months because in the city there was depression, there was like pressure on me because the preacher man had already told me that work is not important, school is not important, and my friends were making it in life. They were having their cars and all of that, and then some were making mockery out of me.
Mm.
So I took a personal decision to leave the city and live in a forest. In the forest, I lived with a bishop of the same church, but this bishop was a very good man. This bishop encouraged the boys to work hard and make a living for themselves. Now, in this forest, what we do was we walk like 4 hours into the farm to get food stuff and then bring it back. 4 hours. We carry it on our head, and then it was very uncomfortable. No electricity, no good drinking water. It was uncomfortable, but then I say it was the best place I went. I went because it opened my mindset, and this is where I had my first business idea, the errand boy. Now, while I was in the forest, anytime I extended a helping hand to people and they said, God bless you, William, thank you so much for helping me, I felt something very special inside of me. I felt very good inside of me, helping people and getting a thank you back. So I decided to use this as a business, as the errand boy. And the errand boy was all about running errands for busy scheduled people. So when you see in this picture, I was on errands to meet some people who are busy scheduled, like judges and policemen who didn't have time for themselves. And also the
Mm.
people who are not able to do stuff for themselves. I set in and help them and assist them. And these shoes here, we have a market in Ghana. We call it Kantamanto. You have to wake up at 3 a.m., get to the place and get used clothes that are coming from Europe and all of that. So I go there, make my selections, and come back home, wash them, and then put the pictures on my WhatsApp status and then sell. So these same people I run errands for, that I didn't take. It wasn't about the money. It was a special feeling that I had inside of me that made me do this errand boy business. Now these same people were buying from me because I served them and all of that. Now the invisible mug, that is what I showed from the onset. I met somebody who was doing this mug during my errand boy days, and then I told him, I told her, hey, I can help you sell this. So just send me a video. I put it on my status, and then when people order, I just make some small commission of it. So it was ongoing, money was coming, and I told her that, give me a different video because the old one is seen by everybody. We just need to spice it up. She sent me the video this time around with her contact on it. Now her contacts, when I post it, people are going to call her directly, and I lose money. So I told her, look, this wasn't the deal. Just take off your contact and let me sell this so that we can make money together. She said no. Furiously, she said no. And people were calling me, they want a mug because they thought I was producing them, but I was only drop shipping. Now I had to take all my savings, my last savings I had, to buy a small mug machine. 3 weeks time, it got to Ghana, and I started producing myself. And I made back my money in the next month. The same money I used in investing, I made it back, and now it has been profit since 4 years ago. Now the secret to sales success, how my nephews became my ambassadors. I believe that every business person needs to get a hook. A hook. At some point, I realized my nephew Giovanni was adorable. When I posted him, people were like, "This guy is so adorable." Sometimes you want to meet him and all of that. So anytime I go on to do a delivery and he's free at home, I take him along. Now when we go and then I give him the parcel to deliver to the person, and it's all love. Like they are so happy, and because of him, people want to see him, so they buy from me just because they want to see Giovanni. And then he helped me like in my business. So I made him my ambassador. And that's how the story is. Now, thank your enemies because they paved the way. Now I want to tell everybody that any situation you find yourself or any situation that may have been caused by somebody close to you, always thank them. Be thankful to them because maybe it is God who is trying to lift you from a situation to a bigger space. Now, this is my story. At a point in time, things were really hard for me. My grandmother one day just called me and said she wants me out of the house because she needs money to feed. And I was like, where am I going? I have nowhere to go. I'm not working. Now she insisted. I thought it was a joke, but one day I came back home and my things were packed, like were gathered and packed outside. So this is the room I had, this small room. It had a bag machine, just a table, and just one student mattress. And I lived here for 2 years. 2 years, I had connections in the States. I was always presenting my mug to them, as you can see here, and trying to tell them my story and my mugs. And this is my wife. She was there for me. And God bless her. Because sometimes when situations are like this, you have people who loves you, leaving you to be alone. But my wife stood there for like with me through this situation. And at some point, it was very teary. I had to cry all day, being like, "So God, when is my time going to come?" So this part, it's a sad one, but I say thank your enemies because they paved the way. Because through it all, what my grandmother did, made me like fight for more because I said no. I can't live here for 2 years. In 2 years time, I need to move out from this place. So it opened my mindset to work harder and then move. Otherwise, I'll still be in my family house now, unmarried, and still living in that small room. Now I have a bigger space now. So thank your enemies because they always pave the way. Now from here, We moved to the American connection, how one introduction led to countless international opportunities. On LinkedIn, one day I met somebody, David Safia, God bless him, and then I told him my story. He linked me to a group in the States called the Erudites. I presented my story to them, and they all fell in love with it. They fell in love with my invisible mag. They contributed and bought me an extra bigger machine. And
Mm.
then since then, I've been telling my stories, and they have been so helpful and supportive.
I think William might be frozen. We're going to give him just a second to see if he comes back.
And then now I'm going.
Yeah,
Somebody was. Mhm.
there we go. We're back now.
Somebody was monitoring me for a year unaware. I didn't know because she was watching my good works on social media, and then got me nominated to the Caribbean Global Awards 2023, which I've already won it, and I should be in UK in September to pick up the award. So this part of the story is telling everybody whatever good thing you are doing, keep on doing it, regardless, because there are hidden audiences who are watching you. So don't lose hope and keep doing whatever you're doing. Now,
Yeah.
trust your intuitions, navigating spiritual connections. I'm a very spiritual person. This is an angel on a bicycle. This is a story I want to share to everybody. One day, I closed from work going home. It was 11 p.m. and I was just praying. I was alone on the street. I was praying that God, I want to be in the States and I want to have a job in the States. So if you're going to do this for me, let me meet an angel on this road, this lonely road. It was 11 p.m. in the night. Now, as I was walking, praying, I just felt wind blowing, and I started getting scared, but I still kept on praying. Now, when I took few steps, I heard somebody riding a bicycle behind me. So I wanted to shift a bit so that the person could pass. And Jessica, I just turned my back, and then I saw the rider wearing a black shirt with an American flag printed on the shirt.
Mm.
And I felt like my prayers is answered because I want to see America and I want to get a job in America. This incident happened November last year, and in February I had a job in America. Now I'm working in the States from Ghana. And that is why I say, like, trust your intuitions, and you don't need any human being to introduce you to God. God lives in
Mm.
you. Yes. And when you see this collage here, I have a baby girl, dollar, American flag, traveling car, and then house. I did this collage in January 1st this year, telling God I want all these things to happen. And last 3 weeks, I had a baby girl. I have a job in the States, which I'm paid in dollars. And I'll be traveling to for the Caribbean Global Awards, which is also done. And I've been able to acquire a piece of land. So in just 7 months, 8 months, one, two, three, four, five, four of this collage has happened for me this year. So
Amazing.
yes, this is why I tell people God lives in you. You don't need anyone to introduce. Sometimes you need to talk to God directly, and it's the best thing to do. Now, no one will support you until you help yourself. It's obvious.
Mm.
I go to people, they don't help me. But now they are chasing me because they've seen that there's progress in whatever I'm doing. So always you need you first. You don't need anybody. You need you first to start something. And then perhaps somebody will come and then help you from there. Now, turn every situation into business. I've already turned situations into businesses in my life. These are all my businesses, and they were all based on situations I encountered. The errand boy, I told you about it. The tour guide, I had a visitor from the US. I took him around, and then I decided to know if I'm able to take people around, I can also start a business for myself. And I
Mm.
started a tour guide, and all these things have been from situations I was into. Now, passing on the gift, why I go all out for children. Now, I believe children, we grow up to become. I was once a child, So I decided to use this whole No Human is Useless to go to schools, empower these kids because they are going to grow up to become amazing people, to become who they want to be. Like, so I go to schools and then I tell them my stories, use the invisible mug, and then encourage them. And I also support them by donating books, school uniforms,
I believe we might be frozen again. This is one of the beautiful things of connecting with people across the world. Sometimes we have some connection issues, but he'll be back. He should be back in just a second. You guys, I hope you're enjoying his
to
story about No Human is Useless. And
to
I hope you're
encourage
going to
them to
get
be
your copy as well.
board. An
Here we go.
award.
You're back.
Yes, I'm here. So I have this award, Times Square Billboard. I'm co-authoring a book in Australia with a group of people, and there's an invitation to Canada for a festival. Now, so this is all about no human is useless, from nothing to something, but through it all you need is you, because we go through situations in life, and I just want to urge everybody that we are all special, and we have something inside of us that needs to come out for the world to see. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. I'm so excited for you. And there are so many parts of your story that I think are inspiring for everybody that's listening today. And I would love to know when people purchase your book, William, what do you hope that they take from your story? What do you hope is the outcome of them reading your book?
So whoever takes my book is going to embrace their purpose, and they're going to find it inside of them. Once you read this book, you know that no, this is what I am meant to be. You find that in the book because it has a bit of every human being's story. You have a bit of it. You have a bit of your story in this book.
Mm.
Mm.
I love that. You mentioned that one of your pictures on your vision board was of having a baby girl, and you just had a baby girl in the last
Yeah.
week. She is so cute, you guys, by the way. So adorable. She's going to do amazing things in this world. But
Yeah.
like everyone, I feel like every human, we go through this life and we have those moments where we feel disconnected from our purpose. We feel like, are we useful? Does it matter that I'm here? When she has those moments, William, what are you going to tell her?
No, for her it will be very easier because I'm going to show her my pictures, my old pictures, what I've been through, tell her stories, and like even me being able to come out from this
Give us just a minute, you guys. Internet's catching up with us here. Don't forget to click the link down in the comments or in the show notes, everybody, where you can get your copy of No Human is Useless. I also put the link down there for you to get
situation,
a shirt as well.
I'm here.
Here we go. There you are. Go ahead, William.
Yeah, so I'm going to show her my pictures, tell her what I've been through, and then I think my pictures alone is just a source of encouragement for her. And I'm going to make sure I create a good foundation for her. What I didn't have from my childhood, I'm going to make sure she gets better.
Mm.
Mm.
I love that. I love that. And I think that's one of the greatest things that we can do as parents is to just be that example and be honest and say, look, it hasn't always been easy for me, but this is what I've been able to do, and if I can do it, it's possible for you as well. I think that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So what are now that the book is out, I know that you're traveling to get your award soon and all of that, but what are your next plans?
So my next plan is when I return from the UK, I'm going to do more of the schools here in Ghana, do more of the churches because it's high time we enlighten people on how some preacher men are using the name of God to,
Mm.
change the life and purpose of people. They need to know that you need yourself more. You need to know God within yourself, not somebody to just introduce God to you. because people have their own perception, and you can't allow them to instill what they see like about God to you to also see it the same way. God relates differently with everybody. So I'll be doing churches, schools when I return from my trip.
Amazing. I think that's a great idea. And that was a very similar journey for myself, as well as understanding that, you know, my connection to God, what my spirituality looked like, wasn't anything that a preacher or a book or anything else could tell me. It was an experience that I had to go through, a journey I had to go through within myself,
Yeah.
and then once you get to that place, the words of other people or teachings or books or spiritual documents or whatever, then they start to make a little sense, because you have that foundation within yourself.
Exactly.
That personal journey, I think, is so important, and I'm so glad that you're sharing that with everyone as well. Is there anything else that you would like to leave our audience with today, William?
Yeah. So what I want to say is, try and get a copy of this book. Try and get a copy of this book to embrace your purpose, because every one of us has something to offer to this world, and you need to find it. And this book is going to guide you know your purpose. Yeah. Thank you.
Love it. Thank you so much, William, for being here again today. It's always good to have you on here. And I know that you'll be back. You'll be launching something else. You'll be doing
Of
something
course.
else amazing,
Of
and you'll
course.
be back on the show, and we'll be happy to have
Sure.
you here.
Of course.
It'll be amazing. All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick break. Thank you so much, William, for being here this morning. And we're going to come back and do our birthdays and close out the show. So we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. It is Monday, August 7th, 2023. I want to give a big, huge thank you to our special guest today, William Plange, and encourage all of you to go get your copy of No Human Is Useless. Also, get a shirt while you're at it. Listen, the cold weather is coming here in New England, and I want to go out and see people with the sweatshirts on, okay? I know if Danielle, if you're still out there, you're probably mad at me that I that I just reminded everybody that the cold weather is coming, but it is inevitable every year, especially here in New England. So you need your sweatshirt, okay? And they're very comfortable, and I love mine. So make sure you go get yours, but definitely get a copy of that book, because it is going to see, I need one. You gotta have the sweatshirt. I love it. And I want to remind you that you matter. You have a purpose in this world, and instead of spending our energy being upset about people that have done us wrong in our lives, I want you to go back to one of the things that William says, and that's to have gratitude, because those things that happened, those people that may have been a challenge on our journey, help to make you who you are today. Because of those challenges, you are a better person now because of it. And I just want to encourage you in that today. Yeah, not the cold weather, it's coming, whether we like it or not. But I want to encourage you to get your book, get your t-shirt, get your sweatshirt, and support William Plange and his amazing efforts. We got to quickly do birthdays before it's time to leave today. In the celebrity world today, Charlize Theron, actress, she's an amazing actress, 48 years old today. Also, Tobin Bell, which I have you guys seen the Saw movies? I like a horror movie, but the Saw movies were too much for me. They were too much. But Tobin Bell played Jigsaw in those movies, the original one. He's 81 years old today, you guys. 81 years old. So happy birthday, Tobin Bell. Also, celebrities in my life, we have had 3 birthdays recently of guests from the Breakthrough Show networks. Entrepreneur Joe Matz had a birthday. Happy birthday, Joe. Musician Nico Padden, happy birthday, Nico. And also one of our, goes back a few seasons now. And I had the pleasure of meeting him in person when I traveled through North Carolina. Harrison Barron had a birthday as well. So happy birthday to him also. And it continues to thrill me beyond belief to be able to meet people in person that I've met online. I want to encourage you to make plans to come here to New England in October. I believe it's the 2nd or 3rd. You saw the little ad earlier in the show. We're going to have a weekend of some networking. We're going to do some service projects together, and I want to encourage you to come up and visit me here in southeastern Connecticut for a Breakthrough Show Network weekend. So stay tuned for more details about that as well. Also coming up on the show this week, we have a few things going on the network, not just the show. I will be back for more Project Joy next Monday, but tomorrow night, as I mentioned, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we have an all new episode of Beyond 2D with myself and Ferran Dozier. It's going to be amazing because we are continuing our conversation on trust. And tomorrow will be all about trusting again, where I will share in detail how I will never be able to trust leaving my bedroom again at 3 a.m. because there might be bats flying around my living room. We're going to be talking all about that, among other things. Oh, yeah. I have a whole moment with that. Also, I would love for you to join us on Sundays here on the Breakthrough Show Network at 12 p.m. Eastern Time for all new episodes of Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light with Rhonda, Bex, and Teresa. They always take your spiritual journey to the next level on that show, so make sure you check that out as well. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life, make every day a great day for a breakthrough, and remind you that you are not useless. So we'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks, William, for being here, and we'll see you soon. Have a good one.